Yes.
Oh, that's
The starting point.
Just go to Dom first, and then
Yeah.
we'll explain why this makes sense later, but Dom will explain a little bit about ITPs first.
This is basic current patent application process have the four-step preparation, application, examination, authorized, and insurance. Look at this graph is 1883 to 2023. We can see from the 1980s to the now have a large decrease. We can know the importance for their global innovation and their importance for security, IP. Okay, this is the application requirement and the challenge. Your application, your patent document need to have the clear describing the invention and the visual industry like draw, graph, and table, and list of the unique feature of claim. And when you submit the application, you need to check their online. Your patent is unique. There also have some challenges is the compare legal language. If you don't understand their legal language, you will lose the opportunity to the patent. Also, the cost is not only there, it is so expensive, also has a long time. Maybe in this process, you will have the 3 years.
Okay, so in the activity that we just did, Lo was the individual. Let's say he finished drawing his thing first, and then these group of gentlemen here, you guys are a corporation. On the first round, Lo was the first person to finish. So think of it as coming up with an idea. He came up with it first. But then once you come up with an idea, there's a bunch of other battles you have to fight, such as creating drawings, finding an attorney to do prior art search, all these things. And so that was round 2, where you had to do a challenge. And as an individual, you have to file all these things by yourself. But as a corporation, you can do it much faster and you have a lot of resources to do so. But that's not really fair, is it? Because Lo came up with the idea first. So that's where our platform comes into play, where you can upload your IP onto the blockchain quickly. And when you do this, your IP hash is created and your wallet address is recorded, as well as a timestamp of when you created the idea and some optional metadata.
Okay, so basically what we are trying to solve is the gap between creating an idea and then protecting it officially without the complexity of a legal system. So we chose to use blockchain because, well, once a record is onto the blockchain, it can't be altered or deleted without leaving a trace, which can guarantee the integrity of a proof of creation in a way that centralized services can't always ensure. And then second, unlike legal filing system or offices that are only operating during limited hours and can vary by country, the blockchain networks are online 24/7 and you can access it globally. And then okay. And then traditional intellectual property protection involves legal fees, notarizations like Dong mentioned earlier, which makes it really time consuming and expensive. So with the blockchain, we can dramatically reduce both the time and the cost to generate a verifiable record. And then one of the blockchain's biggest strength is that it decentralizes trust. So there's no need to depend on a patent office to verify ownership. The network itself acts as the authority. Anyone can check the timestamp and data without relying on an institution. And then by using technology like hashing, the platform can still store a proof of idea without revealing the idea publicly. So it protects the confidentiality of the creator while still timestamping the event.
Okay, so these are some of the tools and services that we'll use. Obviously, blockchain and smart contracts will have API gateway to get between front end and back end, Oracle to connect to APIs, which we'll discuss a little bit later. And then we'll have a front end. And of course, security is super important because this includes a lot of private data.
So what API? So our client has to first upload their IP documents into our decentralized application, which then our system hashes their idea and then send it to the blockchain. It works by setting up a smart contract, but smart contract cannot directly call API, external API, and it can really use the network. So the API is there for us to hold the information the client upload to us, and then do an API search for any conflict that is your current existing IP out there. After it finishes that, the API will feed the data into the smart contract so that it aligns with all the local laws, the USPTO laws, and other regulation that's needed to file their IP. So our API result on our D app will return in no conflict. So all the time is IP is stamped onto the blockchain. If there's a conflict, it'll be sent back to us, and our staff will manually revise. And if there's a violation, the IP cannot be filed at all. So, and all the action is logged onto the blockchain for transparency. And these are the API types. So first, we're going to have to access the United States Patent and Trade Office database, and then we have to combine with copyright office. And for here, this example source, by directly searching it, you can find that there are the requirements and what you need to submit to file your IPs. So, and then for our WIPO pattern scope, this is a search for international patterns, so it doesn't conflict if the innovation is being taken elsewhere by other route. And then for our, when we're finding IP, it is really important. We have to deal with the laws that are currently changing. And then for Nexus, it is a government providing contractor that regulates government laws on trading and IP rights. So our DApp and token mechanism, we had the idea to create an app where our client can manage their intellectual properties, and then it will be given ownership of certifications, and that we also wanted to push our own token, which will be directly issued on our platform. It is also exchangeable with USDT to provide liquidity for our customer when they want to sell, license, or even collateralize it as a loan, because some IPs in the future might have a much more intrinsic value than they have right now.
Okay, so this is just an example of some of the coding in our project. So first you have the general smart contract, and then one function where you can upload your idea and it'll report things like your wallet address, timestamp, description. And then the other is you can look up a wallet, and then in return, you'll get all of the IPs associated with that wallet.
So our target market includes creators who need fast, affordable proof of ownership without the legal complexity. So we are targeting individuals like artists and writers who want to protect their work early. We're also going to target startup founders or engineers who need to timestamp their prototypes or their ideas before officially filing for patents. And then we're also targeting the fashion, media, tech industries where original content and designs are highly vulnerable to being copied.
Our patient risk is data is protect and private. So we have some legal regulation companies. The first one is their blockchain platform is stay connect with their those places like USPTO, WIPO, and the local active law for their clinics. For their clinics can have their more confidence to use our service to protect our patients. And disclaimer and the term of the office is also important. And the option of the USPTO integrate, we make their connection with their USPTO and the WIPO to help me to do their patent application, and give me the official document. And the KWC is the Know Your Customer, AML is the item money rangers. This is verify your profile, don't stolen their patent.
Okay, so our revenue model has three main components. First, we're charging a flat fee for every idea that's registered on our platform. Later on, we plan to introduce our own utility token to streamline the transactions on blockchain. And then second, we're offering premium subscriptions to users who want more than just basic timestamping. I'll cover those on the next slide. And then third, we plan to take a small commission on licensing or sales made through our platform. So this model allows us to generate recurring revenue while keeping the barriers to entry low, and it offers multiple ways of values for our users. And then for the premium subscriptions, we're offering features like, subscribers will be able to file provisional patents or copyright registrations directly through our platform. We'll also offer automated renewal reminders for things like trademark renewals or copyright expirations, helping our users stay protected over time. Okay, so who's ready to invest?